last 2 weeks, I've been working all day long in the 100-degree LA heat, fixing it. So I was pressure washing, like I'd worked all day at night, and I was pressure washing, and then it ran out of gas, and I went to start it, and I put my hand on the engine.
Ooh.
Oh,
Man, those
yeah,
engines
that'll do it.
Not cool. Well, I learned my lesson though. That won't happen again. That won't happen.
See, now being an actor, you know, and also involved in stunts, you could have came up with so many really cool ways that happened.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't expecting to be asked. I should have had something better up the sleeve.
Did you use the pressure washer to get rid of the squatter?
I wish. I'm in California, man. It doesn't work.
Well, right? I hope Isabel kissed it and made it better.
Oh, let's not bring that up.
And your hand too.
That's a whole nother story.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
simple jokes. They're just simple jokes, really, boys. Come on.
Okay, so I want to. The first question I want to ask you, because I'm really, really curious, how hot is a Sasquatch costume?
Sasquatch costume is extremely hot. Extremely. I mean, I literally am sweating in that thing from the moment I get that thing on till I take it off. Even in cold, it's hot. But when I'm in hot, whoo, brutal.
Wow. Yeah. No internal fans or anything in that thing?
No, there's no fans, nothing, you know. They'll put a fan on my face in between takes or something like that. But it's a beast, you know. It's thank God it's not heavy though. It's not heavy like some of these other ones I've worn.
Well, you're not the first Sasquatch I've ever met. Wesley Ure and Kathy Coleman are dear friends of mine from the original Land of the Lost. Oh. Were you a fan of the show when you were a kid?
I did like the show. I saw reruns of it in the 80s. And, you know, it's so cool because I'm still friends with Sid Croft. Yes. Great guy. So funny. He's in his 90s now, still traveling, doing stuff.
Yeah. I was just with him a couple of months ago here.
Oh, I love that guy. He's such a good guy.
He is.
He was the creative. Marty was the business guy. Yeah, I liked the show. I thought it was silly and funny, and getting to play a Sleestak was pretty cool, you know. Iconic character, you know.
Right.
Pretty neat.
Right. Yeah. Now that outfit was rubber, wasn't it?
Yes, that one was rough. You know what was happening is we were in that thing all day long, and our hands were swelling up and our feet because of the pressure of how tight they were. They had a tub of KY jelly that we'd have to put ourselves in and put on the inside of the suit to get that thing on. That's how tight it was.
Wow.
Nope. Way too easy.
Nope.
Way too easy for that one.
Yep. That's how it went.
Wow. Okay.
So,
all right.
You know. Yeah.
Started off a little rough with that. So
a little bit.
Yeah. Before we went live, you told us you were doing a fitting. You want to tell us a little bit about what that's about?
Yeah, so I am shooting Bollywood's biggest budget movie of all time. It's the director's name is At Lee, and it has a couple of big names in the Bollywood industry. I forget because I don't know them, but apparently they're Tom Cruise status. And I go in the next few weeks. I fly up in a few weeks to shoot that. So this was my last fitting. I'm the villain, and it's an action sci-fi movie without a title so far. Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you enjoy playing villains? You played so many of them.
You know, I do, but I don't enjoy characters like this. It started smaller and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it's a heavy one. It's a heavy one, and it's on lifts. I am in makeup. It's not an animatronic head. Animatronic head's even worse, you know, with the servos and stuff. It's
Right.
like 10 times heavier. You can't see, you can't breathe. I've done several of those. This one is a makeup, but the body is just, he's an 8 foot tall thing. I'm on lifts and stuff.
Wow.
So those kinds I don't like. Playing more of a villain where it's me being the villain and not in that is fun though.
Well, you are versatile because you have, besides playing villains, you have also played a fairy.
I did. I did play a fairy. I don't even know.
In Hellboy.
Oh yes, that's right. I'm like, wait a minute, racking my brain. That is right. He was. Yes, and that was an animatronic head. That was brutal. Oh my gosh, that's a tough one.
But you've been doing this since the big. I mean, how lucky to come right out of school and at Universal play Frankenstein for the live shows. That's a big deal for most starting actors.
You know, it's a really cool story that I've told before. But when I was 12 years old, I went to a friend's birthday party. I grew up in LA, and I saw Frankenstein performing, making people laugh and scaring, which I loved. Halloween and scaring. I loved, comedy. So I said, I'm going to get a job doing that when I'm 16, and I did. And then I went on to play the Wolfman, Phantom. I played Harry show, Harry and the Hendersons, and here I am, the Sasquatch now, because they're kind of similar, along with other shows. So it was a really good training ground. And then I was doing that while I was pursuing acting after high school. And when I got Freddy versus Jason, that's when I quit. I said, okay, I think this is it. It's time. It's time to move on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you one of those people who do this genre? Like you'd love to play comedy or you'd love to be in a musical? Do you want to do something polar opposite from this kind of genre? Or
yeah, and I have done a lot. It's just the ones that are the big ones, that's the ones people want to talk about. They want to talk about Jason and Michael Myers. They don't want to talk about the indie comedy that I did last year I did one.
Well, we want to fucking talk about that.
Okay, well,
tell us about the indie comedy. Like,
so
break it down for us.
Yeah, so I have two actually. I have one called Skate to Hell that's going to come out this year. It's a horror comedy, and then I have another one that I shot this year with my buddy Marty Kleba, who's in Pirates, the little person, and that's called Desert Fiends 2. They're both horror comedies, and my character is myself, but being kind of showing some of my comedy skills. So those are ones that I enjoy. I just don't talk much about them or get asked about them because they're not the ones that people want to talk about. They want to talk about
I love those B fucking horror comedies.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we both do.
Total B horror comedy. Yeah.
I mean, I just watched Desert Fiends, the first one, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so about it. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I'm in 2. So
right. So I'll keep an eye out for 2. So it was just some of those B movies are so stupid. They're awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
They're so over the top silly, and my character is so ridiculous. But it's funny. And the guy wrote it around me because he saw me do comedy and said, "Hey, Doug, I didn't think you could do comedy, but you are great, and I want to write this role for you." So I said, "I like that. That's okay. That's what I'm working towards, more of that. I'll still do the big monster, but I want to do." Those took over for so long that I had to kind of step away and go, wait a minute, I'm not going to be doing that for every indie thing that comes at me. I want to let them know, hey, I'm an actor, because people forget, even though I consider those roles acting too, people don't see you that way when that's all they've seen you as. But I started as an actor, like I said, in high school. So it's nice to start getting back to that and have opportunities too.
Well, Abbott, go ahead. You go ahead.
Do you think that's because of your height? I mean, you're 6'4", and to play like these bad dudes in these movies, they want big dudes.
They do. But I think for me, what happened is I got so much work in it, and I was happy about it because I was making a good living. But it kind of took over for so long that people forget that, oh, you can actually act out of makeup. Because I get those comments. I go, oh, you can like you deliver lines. I'm like, yes. What do you mean?
Right.
I'm an actor. What are you talking about? Just because I've done a bunch of these doesn't mean that I can't do stuff out of makeup. And
stop sticking a mask on my face and making me grunt.
Yes.
Look, it took Fred Gwynn a long time to reinvent himself after the Munsters.
Yeah.
Because all they saw was the makeup and the height, and he had very similar problems to you with the costuming and
it's a real
almost fainting from the heat.
There's been a lot of actors that have gone through the similar things. I mean, for instance, Spencer Wilding. We're very good friends with Spencer, and
I was just with
same
him.
thing.
Great guy.
Yeah, same.
Ron Perlman. I talked to Ron
Perlman. Yeah,
Ron said this is something great. He told me one time. He said, "Yeah, after Hellboy, they didn't want to give me roles out of makeup, and I literally, when that thing blew up, I had my agent go and get me on stuff specifically that I wanted to do outside of makeup, and he got Sons of Anarchy pushed.
I was just gonna say he didn't really blew up for being an actor when Sons of Anarchy came out. Yeah. And I mean, it's a great show, but I would kind of wish they had put him in makeup in that one.
but Ron is a handsome, really talented actor, apart and aside from this kind of stuff.
Right.
He's a very talented actor.
Right. The moral to these comments, folks, is that even though these amazing gentlemen are behind masks and behind makeup and animatronic heads, they are really actors, man. So like they can do those other parts.
But that's the thing. That's what I say is also, like, when I'm developing one of these characters, I'm developing it as an actor, thoughts as an actor, not as a guy doing stunts in a suit. It's like, no, I'm thinking about the character. How does he move? What's going on in the scenes, and it's coming from an acting mindset. Yes, I'm doing physical things, but it always starts there,
Right.
So Doug Jones is another one, Doug Jones.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
So now what about the possibilities, and I don't even know if they exist, of doing dual characters in some of these movies, so that you have a regular character that you play, but you also do the villain or the creature.
Yeah, I actually do that. I actually have been asking every time now, where if I'm in a makeup and they have a smaller role that doesn't conflict with that character, to throw me in, and it happens now. It happens where I'll play like a security or a cop, or something that fits the look where I'm already there. But yes, I definitely have been doing that for a few years, like suggesting that. Sometimes it doesn't work, but if it does, it's great, because then I'm doing a regular role and playing the thing, and it's not a conflict. So,
and you're already there, so it should make
I'm already there.
Right.
So yeah, that's a great thing you just said. That's what I've been working towards. I actually have that. They always ask for that. I have my agent tell them that if there's something that fits, or if I read the script and I go, oh, who's playing that role? Like, let me see if I could do that. I'm not in those scenes,
Right.
So, yeah.
If I may geek out with you for 1 second, like my friend Rico Anderson, you have been part of the Star Trek universe.
Yes.
And I'm old enough to have watched the original series at night when it first aired, and I've always been a Trekkie. You did the 2009 film with Chris and Zach. I've heard conflicting things, that it was this brilliant, wonderful shoot, and I've heard, there was tension on the set. What is your version of the
I
event?
did not see tension on the set. I've had a good experience. I actually
I'm glad
met
to hear that.
Chris Pine and I met Chris Hemsworth on set. And I don't know if you know the story, but Chris Hemsworth auditioned for Kirk. And they liked him so much that they offered him that dad role. But I had a great experience because I was with Chris Pine and Uhura, Zoe. All my scenes were with her and him. And JJ's just an awesome guy. He's got so much empathy. And JJ's dad was sitting next to me in the scene. So I was talking to JJ Abrams' dad all day, who was a super nice guy. So it was really cool. And what was great is my buddy, Barney Berman, he did my makeup and he won the Academy Award for special effects in that. And he used my characters like a lot of the promotion. So it was kind of a neat experience to be a part of that. And the makeup was so good that when I walked on set, people looked at me and looked away because it looked so human the way it moved. They thought I was like, had some sort of a deformity or something.
Well, that means you had wonderful craftspeople doing their jobs.
Absolutely, because it blended into my eyes, my real eyes. So you saw these human eyes with this face that hung down to here, you know, pretty neat. Long face alien.
Wow. And I feel old because I work with Chris's father. Before you guys, before you guys made that film. So
no way. What?
Well,
he was on. I remember him from Chips.
Yeah.
Is he still around the biz?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
That's so cool. Real quick, folks. You know, we've talked a little bit about what Doug has done and things that are coming up, but next weekend, I had to look at my calendar because I'm a little old and, you know, nerve. Next weekend, he's going to be at the Tidewater Horror Convention in Virginia Beach. I'll tell you, Jeff and I have had the pleasure of being guests at multiple shows that Billy and Brian have done. Amazing shows. You won't be disappointed as a patron. You won't be disappointed as a guest. Get off your ass, get tickets, go out and see Doug, get some autographs. The handy burn is not a signing hand, so everybody's good. It's all good, you know. And if you want to know more about the independent things that Doug was talking about, just check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. All his stuff is there. Okay.
I also have a movie that came out last year that I directed and play the villain in. So I'd love for people to see that. It's called Angel Baby, my directorial debut. It's a thriller. It's independent, you know, but you know, I'm proud of it. It was a labor of love, not an easy thing to wear so many hats, but it's out there right now streaming. So check it out.
Where's it streaming? So people,
it's on Amazon Prime, Tubi, almost all the stuff except for Netflix. It's not on Netflix.
And nobody goes on Netflix. They don't pay enough. You know, 3 cents is not enough money.
I know, right?
Well, so I'll have to check it out. You said it's a thriller.
It's a thriller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rebecca De Mornay has Rebecca De Mornay in it. Daniel Roebuck. So
Daniel Roebuck. Yep.
Nice.
I'm just gonna throw my show notes in the fucking trash because every time I try to ask a question about something, he already answers it or you guys steal it. So I'm just gonna sit here and look pretty tonight.
You do that so well. Douglas, have you ever been to a stage show or a film or a sitcom and went, oh, I would have loved to have played that part? Is there something out there like you just jonesing to play?
You know, it kind of goes back to the stuff out of makeup, you know, where, you know, I'd love to be on a series. I've been on several series, but I've been in makeup when I've been a regular. I've done series out of makeup. I was on Sons of Anarchy. I had a part on Sons of Anarchy, but it's one day. I would love to do a ongoing show playing, you know, I don't have a specific character. You know, it could be a detective, fireman. It could be, you know, just a regular guy.
A freaking basketball player.
That's I see. There you go. See, this guy did his research. I actually started my career playing doing basketball commercials. That's what got me my SAG card, got me in the industry.
Yep.
Basketball coach on a show. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Comedy, more of that. So it's not a specific role. It's just more.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor and stay away from the freaking soap opera shit.
Yeah, no. Soap operas they're done. They're not really.
I mean, I've heard he said he'd do porn too, guys. So you know.
soft.
Soft porn. That's
not
right.
hardcore.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The Skinamax versions.
Yeah, he's got the head for it.
But I would like to come back to also to play and get inside those masks again, Jason and Michael Myers. If that came up, I would love to do that again.
Well, they're iconic. I mean, those are
those are ones that I would never deny. I mean, I would love that also. Yeah,
and to have a film that crossed over both characters, that was special.
It is special, and you know what? When it, I've been doing conventions now for since 2011, and 10 years in, Freddy vs. Jason came out in 2003. When I started the conventions with Freddy vs. Jason, people were like, "Oh yeah, it's cool. Yeah, that was a good, fun movie." Now that it's been 22 years, you got kids that saw it. Mm-hmm. And now they're adults, and the feeling of it with them is different. It's iconic. It's just a different experience when I talk to them. A lot of them say, "Oh my God, that was my first one," and I'm actually the last one to work with Robert Englund in his full makeup in a movie, which is I realized a year ago, and I was like, "Wow, that's special right there." Right. So it's a very cool thing, and I don't think you'll ever see it happen again. And two studios trying to come together with rights. It took 10 years to happen. And if it did ever happen, it's not going to be Robert Englund. So it's just not the same.
Right.
I mean, to me, it's like, oh, really? Another Halloween movie? Oh, really? When they're gonna, it's money, I know, but they're good. I mean, because you were in Halloween Kills.
Yes, I was the stunt double. I didn't get to play him in the whole movie. James Hugh Courtney did, but I was the stunt double. So I did get behind the mask, but I want to play him in a full movie. But it was iconic to get on and be on set and be in the mask because I'm such a Halloween fan since I was a kid. So that was really surreal to do that.
So speaking of Halloween and the mask and things like that, Jeff and I are going to be at the Maine Paranormal and Horror Convention this coming weekend with the original OG Tony Moran.
Yes, they actually contacted me. I got someone that was asking me if I wanted to do that.
You should have. You would have been able to hang out with us all weekend.
But I was already at Tidewater. I'm not, or no, I had a different one. I'm at a different show. I'm in Kentucky this weekend.
Yeah, because that's this weekend. Yeah,
that's this weekend.
Because CJ Graham's going to be there too.
Yep.
I love CJ.
CJ's going to be there. Guy. Nancy. Yeah.
Part 6.
We've Jeff and I have had the pleasure of touring with those gentlemen and ladies on numerous occasions. So it's always interesting and fun. Yeah,
they're good. It's really cool to be a part of that crowd. I like all the Jasons. I'm friends with all the Friday the 13th people. It's just a fun, reunion every time we see each other. It's really neat.
Well, are you familiar with Jason Brooks?
I know who he is. He did the fan film, right?
He did a couple. They've done a couple of fan films.
Yeah, I think we've met at a con, but the one I'm in is the Never Hike Alone 2.
Never Hike Alone 2. Yeah,
I'm in that one. Have you seen it?
Yep.
Do you know what I did? Do you know what happened? Oh, yeah, because you didn't know.
I watched all of those you know, the Vengeance 2, the Rosebloods,
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
Hike Alone.
Well, I played
I've
a
watched
sheriff.
all of those.
I played the sheriff in it. I played the sheriff, and something happens to me in it. Jason does something.
I'm gonna have to go watch that again.
Yeah, there's a little Easter egg.
Yeah, you know, that's the hard thing. You know, I mean, I watch a lot of horror movies. I watch a lot of indie stuff too.
That's cool.
And when you start watching all of these, you know, films like that on YouTube, and you know, the Vengeance 2, the Rosebloods, Never Hike Alone, they all start merging together after a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, which movie was that? Oh no, that was this movie.
Yeah.
No, that just is happening to you because you're old.
But you gotta
take the pills for that, bro.
You know what's so cool? You know what's so cool is they're filling a void because they've been in this legal battle for so long that the fans were giving people a movie, which I think is great. And a lot of these guys, like Vinny, is a real filmmaker, so it wasn't, you know, the fan films of 20 years ago that you would see. You know, they're actually done pretty well, you know, because technology, and you can grab a camera and you could edit for, you know, pretty reasonable now. So
there are several Star Trek fan films out there I've seen, and they're not bad. They're not bad at all.
Right.
That's hard to do Star Trek though. That's even harder because sci-fi, what you got to do with everything, you know.
Vic did a great job.
I was just gonna say, you know, who did a great job was
I was with Vic here. Yeah, he told me about his. Yeah, he did a good job.
Vic did a great job with his, you know,
the voice actor Vic, right?
Yeah. That was Star Trek Continues.
Yes.
He did an amazing job with that.
Absolutely. I agree.
But we're not here to talk about Vic, even though we love you, Vic. Haven't talked to him in a few months, but you know,
I'm not fan.
We're here to talk about Doug.
So a dumb question. We've already admitted that the three of us are not spectacularly tall. And I was told when I was young and handsome that had I been taller, I would not have played character parts. I would have played leads. So the opposite side of the spectrum, I'm sure every time you hear the word height, you want to strangle the person who brings the word up. But do you feel maybe that your very large physical presence could be a detriment a little bit as an actor?
I mean, it definitely, you know, I think that I haven't had opportunities for a lot of roles that because of height, because a lot of it has to also do with who I'm going to be going up against. Now, if I was going up against a 5'10" actress, then my height would be of value because it would make her look normal. But if it's a 5'2" actors and the other leads are 5'6", 5'7", unless it's a physically imposing character or something that goes with it, I feel it 100% does limit, you know. And then if you get to a certain point, you know, it doesn't matter, like Tim Robbins and stuff, but I've never gotten to that point, you know, like Jeff Goldblum is 6'4",
Rock Hudson,
thin, you know, but they're at another level, so they'll work around them, but they're not going to want to apple box people just because of me for a big show or whatever. But at the same time, I wouldn't have played these characters without it. So I have to remember that, you know, because of height and athletics and this and that, it gave me these other opportunities, and that's pretty much why we're chatting, because of them, and why I'm doing conventions. So, you know, it's bad in some ways and great in others.
Well, you need to direct and star in a reboot of The White Shadow.
There you go.
For those of you who don't remember, The White Shadow was a TV series about a very tall basketball coach at a high school where he was pretty much the only white person there, and the rest of his students were all of color and ethnicities other than white. It was a good show. It starred a wonderful actor, and boy, could I see you doing that.
I would be open to that. I think I'm ready to. I need to get that coach role because I know I can play that.
We're back to the porn now, but anyway.
Where's my whistle?
Yeah, you got to have something to blow. So listen.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
come on, boys.
36 minutes. Well, at least it was 36 minutes into the show before somebody slammed us into the bridge. You know, it's all good.
It's okay. It's okay.
So, I mean, I picture, your ultimate roles being, like you said, the detective, the cop, you know what I mean? Or like, in a psycho thriller, somebody that just a revenge style kind of a movie.
Yeah.
I can see that in you.
Yeah.
Or a physically imposing detective who solves murder mysteries.
I am next week. I am doing a movie in Calgary, and it's world record most kills.
I was going to bring that up. Yep.
Blue collar killer.
And it's called Until There Is One. Correct?
Yes. How'd you know that? Yeah.
We do our research.
Nice. Yes. We're shooting next week in Calgary, and then we have a shoot in Toronto towards the end of October, and then one in Vegas. So
nice.
Guinness Book of World Records is involved. It's an Indiegogo one where people are paying from all over the country to be a part of it. So it's kind of cool. We'll see. Yeah, Guinness is
now is the record in a certain category? Because I looked that all up actually today.
Yeah.
And the most kills in a movie was over 300,000.
What?
Yeah.
What's that? Okay, then they're not aware of this because
it's got to be different categories. Those kills were CGI computer generated.
Was that the Joe Castro one?
I believe actually it was Lord of the Rings.
Oh, jeez.
With the armies.
Because of all the army and battle scenes.
With the armies,
the
the battle scenes.
Yeah. The other one on that list was what the hell's that? They just came out with a new one. The one with the plane and the kid freaks out. Final Destination.
Oh, okay. Now
I'm like,
because that had like 128 kills or something.
Okay, yeah. So the category is horror movie, most kills in a horror movie, and we're gonna go above. But the one that we were basing it off on was a Joe Castro, where it was a lot of CGI kills and things like that.
Okay, because it was all broken down into weird segments, and it's like, okay, 300,000. Okay, I could see that. CGI,
that's a lot. That's a tough one to break on that.
See, I would have thought
not though. You just get a bunch of football stadiums and electrocute everybody in the stadium all at once. It's so what's 3 stadiums you broke the record. I mean, come on.
I want to know the storyline on that though. What's the storyline?
The dude's just a psycho. I mean,
it's pretty simple. He thinks he's Thomas Edison and is getting
there you go
stealing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. That's it. Yeah.
But I would have thought a non-horror, the biggest kill would have been the movie Hiroshima. Because boom.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah, but it's gotta be like on screen kind of a thing. It can't be
only referred to, right?
It can't be hypothetical.
Screen kills. Screen
kills.
Yeah.
So
that being said, a lot of people are signing up for it, so it's kind of
that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Now, where's that going to be filmed?
So that's Calgary next week, and then we're doing a Toronto shoot, and we're doing a Las Vegas shoot. Yeah.
We just talked about that, Mr. Holman.
Well, I knew the Calgary.
Focus.
So you guys will know better about this than I. My favorite horror kill happened in a movie that came out in 85 or 86. and there's a man walking at night outdoors, and one of these killer people takes it looks like a firecracker, but it's like an incendiary device, shoves it in his face, and his head burns from the inside out. It explodes.
Whoa.
That was my favorite personal kill.
That sounds like an amazing effects done gag that like really took time to really do practical.
I know the movie.
And the reason it resonates with me so much, if I can for 15 seconds talk personally, my little brother was killed. A bunch of the guys from the neighborhood, we went out to the movies just to take our minds off. This was the movie. It was hugely bloody. People were like running to the bathroom throwing up. And the three of us who were his brothers sat there and laughed.
Wow.
Because the horror of what we were going through was it was like this was comedy relief for us.
Wow.
Right.
Interesting.
And I think horror movies can do that. It can take your mind off your troubles.
I think it touches something that, you know, entertains in a way that, you know, is therapeutic. I mean, I love haunted houses too. I don't really get scared, but, you know, getting scared is something that I like to have happen because it's safe.
That's why they're so popular.
Right. But
you know, going into it, you're not going to get hurt or killed. So, you know, you're going to get,
Right. But
you never know because
on the couch.
Right.
Manor, haunted house.
You know, I was going to say, you know, haunted and horror and things like that. Annabelle Comes Home.
There's one I'm in. Yeah.
You know,
as a werewolf. Now that makeup job must have been incredible.
That was, and you know what's crazy is I saw it today because it's the shop that's doing this made that werewolf, and I was over there today. They're Fractured Effects, Justin Raleigh, great shop. I mean, they've done so much great work, but yeah, that was a fun one. And a cool story on that is I auditioned for Swamp Thing. It was between me and another guy, and I didn't get it. And the producer called me and said, Doug, you were right there. It could have gone either way. The head of the studio just decided on the other person. He said, but we're definitely going to work together. And literally 6 months later, he calls me for Annabelle Comes Home. So it was kind of cool. It's a James Wan's company, Atomic Monster. So they're a really good team. I really like working with them. So that was fun to work with James Wan because I'm a fan of The Conjuring. I love his work. I think it's really scary. And
I love all those movies.
They're well done.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yeah.
Do you have
Annabelle's actually going to be in Maine with us this weekend.
I heard that. I heard that. The real doll, right?
The real doll,
Last tour.
Yeah, that's so cool. And it's a Raggedy Ann. I know people think that
it's a Raggedy Ann. They think it's the other one because of the movies, but no, it's a Raggedy Ann.
It's definitely a Raggedy Ann, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Do you have all of these makeup jobs and prosthetics and wonderful costumes you've worn? For your age, you've had a very long career already. Do you have like one favorite and one you just absolutely hated going through the makeup and all the stuff you had to go through?
My favorite, I'd have to say, is Sasquatch. It's an ongoing character, the Jackling Sasquatch in the beef jerky commercials. I've done it for like 11, 12 years now. It's just, I don't think. I just step into it and I play and funny things come out. They used to do post sound where they added the grunts in editing, and now they just use my sound. They don't change it. So funny stuff comes out in the moment, like, you know, and it's just, you can't add that because it just came out because of whatever was happening. So that's cool.
You can't Foley that in.
You can't Foley that in. Yeah, people don't understand. It's just for comedy.
And that's still an ongoing gig for you, huh? They're still making commercials.
Yes. We have new ones that came out 2 months ago. My buddy's in it with me. I got him in. Kurt Carley, he plays a Abominog snowman, and we're like stepbrothers fighting, playing in snow. It's really funny. You could look them up on YouTube. Shooting more in December. The worst was Knights of Badassdom. Have you seen Knights of Badassdom with Peter Dinklage? Peter Dinklage got Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones on the set of that movie. He got a call that he got that role.
Another fine actor.
Yeah. This character called Abominog weighed 135 pounds. Arms were like 40 pounds each. He was on lifts with a pointed toe. Wow. It was uneven ground. I was fighting. I'd get knocked off balance. I mean, it was horrible. I couldn't see well. I couldn't breathe well. The head weighed 75 pounds. And
do you have to train for this? Literally go to a gym?
Definitely train for that. I mean, I always keep in shape, but that's one of the ones once I got in it, I said, oh man, I'm going to have to work on this shoulder because of the weight of the arm. They want me swinging. I'm going to have to do things because if you're going to the gym doing this and this, that's not the same. I mean, you're in this heavy thing.
That only fixes one arm. I see you need both arms.
Well, he already burnt one out.
I know. So you have to train for the character, which is sometimes hard to do. Like sometimes you don't have time. So what I did on that is I got in on several fittings and I said, oh man, this is going to be brutal. I'm going to have to be swinging. So I took like heavy bars and I was, swinging them and things like that. And training more for functional training for the character rather than I'm gonna buff my arms up and buff my chest up. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
We've talked about all different roles and things like that, but you've done a lot of your stunts as well, correct?
I have done a lot, yeah. And some of it has not been stuff I've wanted to do, but it was kind of required for the character.
Right. So that was going to be going to bring me to my question, which is, what's one of the craziest stunts you've had to perform?
Well, there's been a few. One of them was on the show Legacies, where the character's fighting, and it's like a Star Wars, like Darth Vader type character, and I'm on the flight of like stairs that go like 25 feet in the air, and there's the girl has power on the show, so she does her power, and then it makes me fly out back on a wire, and then once I fly back on a wire, then she drops me with her power, and so it's 2 wires, one to fly back 35 feet in the air, and then another one to slam on the ground. Well, for whatever reason, it's on an air compressor cylinder. Like this is in hand stuff. They dialed it in too much, and I freaking went boom, and I slammed so hard that my head jerked. It knocked me out. I got sent to the ER. I mean, it was fucking scary. It was scary. Wow. My neck, my back hurt so bad. And I didn't even know I had to do that when I got the role, because I had played several characters on the show and they offered it to me. And I was like, heck yeah. And then I had to train sword. I didn't know sword, so I was training sword. They're like, oh, by the way, you got to do this ratchet. And I'm going, what? No. So I don't like doing those things. I don't enjoy that kind of a thing. That's why when people say, oh, you're a stuntman, I'm like, well, I've done stunts, but I'm not a trained stuntman like a lot of guys I know that are amazing. That, that's something though that you can't really train for, because you're basically riding a wire. There's nothing you could do. That incident happened apart from me. But there's stuff like high falls and skilled things, fire burns and things that I just never cared to do, nor did I train, or I wouldn't accept. So
yeah, Jim Garner spent the last 20 years of his life in pain because he did his own stunts.
I know. I mean, you said Kane Hodder, right? Who'd you say?
Jim Garner. Oh,
James Garner, yeah. Well, Kane Hodder, I thought
Kane Hodder too, yeah. Kane
Hodder, he set up a burn when he was young, a fire burn. He said, oh yeah, I could do a fire burn. He used like gasoline and stuff and didn't do it right. And he burnt his whole body. It's one of the most traumatic things that he still talks about to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Going all the way back to The Wizard of Oz, Margaret Hamilton almost burned to death playing the Wicked Witch
that's
because
right.
the fire got to be too much as she was brought down, and she was in the hospital they had to shut her parts down for months till she healed enough to shoot again. But she did it. She put the green makeup back on and showed up and did it. But
you know, my head caught on fire on Hellboy. My head caught on fire. We were shooting in Bulgaria, and the voltage is like 220, and when they charged it, it overcharged it, and I started smelling smoke. I'm like, what's this? And then I'm going and smoke is billowing out, and then Mila's like, get that fucking head off him right now. She was so pissed. It's like, thanks, Mila. Thanks for standing up for me.
So is there is there a role that you would just absolutely never play?
I wouldn't like to play a child,
Predator.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Thank you. Yay.
Good answer. I like that's a good answer right there.
Yeah,
that's not something that I'd want to play. I just don't. It's just so bad. I just don't want to be associated.
But
you'd play a big dick or something and be an asshole.
No, I could see him playing an inmate in a prison that kills all the fucking child predators. Yeah, that would be cool as shit. Like I could see you grabbing somebody's face and just being like, right through
that.
The
I
fucking
could definitely
bars.
do. On Sons of Anarchy, I beat the crap out of Kurt Sutter, who played Otto on the show. Yeah, I was a skinhead in on that show. But yes, I would definitely do that in a role.
Was that the scene where they took his other eye?
Yes, that's it. That's it. Nice.
I thought that was you. I thought
nice
that was
call.
You. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody that knows the show, when I tell them that scene, they're like, "Oh, dude, you took out his good eye." Okay,
yeah.
So no child predator and no bottom in gay porn. Other than that, you'll do anything else.
Exactly.
So to all our indie producer friends out there, that jail one, that could be a good click. Somebody should write that.
Intense.
Calvin, Jason, one of you guys, Pete.
And that's one thing that I've gotten pretty good at is doing fighting for film, because fighting for film is different than fighting, selling angles and camera angles and things.
Oh.
Real fighting is actually not good for film. Like, people that are real fighters, yes, they could learn it, but it's not the same. You gotta show the hand, and you don't do that in real fighting. It's unless you're doing like a boxing movie where you keep it tight. But that's something I enjoy doing. I enjoy fighting and physical. I just don't enjoy the big stunt stuff, Yeah.
Now you didn't you do stunts on one of the Indiana Jones movies?
You know what? I trained for it, and I was actually gonna double that. Okay, that was another one that I got, and I was like, oh, what's up, Robert? I got that one, and I wanted it because I was like, oh my God, it's Indiana Jones, but it was so intense what I was gonna do that I was like, what am I doing? I mean, it was like me fighting Indiana Jones because I was going to double the Russian guy, stunt double him, because I was the perfect fit for him. And we were on wires, and we'd go 30 feet onto a platform. We'd fight. We'd fall off that. And I remember doing one of the rehearsals, and I was so beat up. I said, I can't do this. I just can't do this. And they ended up changing shoot dates, and I wasn't available. So I'm still on my name's on the list, but
right.
Never actually worked on the movie.
So you're pussied out, basically.
I mean, I wasn't available, but thank God I actually would have done it. I was gonna do it, but I was dreading it. It was like one of those things where I go, oh, I don't want to do this. I was scared.
He's gonna punch me if he ever meets me in person, huh?
Oh, but I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say, like, we already know that Jeff Witham from Maine Paranormal and Horror Convention reached out to him about this year. We already know we're slated there next year again.
Yeah.
So you know, Doug could be there next year, dude. And folks, if that happens, or if we can get him into Vermont Sci-Fi and Horror Expo, because he would do good there as well.
I was also on Mandalorian too, and I was on Picard, Star Trek Picard.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. You were on Picard. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So that fits right into that.
The other place we need to get. So let's say the other place we need to get you into, sir, is the Hollywood Museum, because there's all kinds of horror stuff there that is right up your alley. And the next time they have a horror event, I will make sure you get invited.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know they had horror events there. You're talking about
they had Hannibal Lecter's entire jail cell in their basement.
I know that. I've seen it. Yeah.
No, they had a couple of horror things, and the next time they do one, I'll make sure.
Oh, cool. Are you a part of that, or?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I'm part of the Hollywood Museum family.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Cool. Very cool.
So I interrupted you, Ben. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was waiting till you were done geeking out. Trying to show everybody how big your stick is.
So, you know, I wanted to ask you, besides Tidewater,
you're so lucky we're running out of time. I have a
what other events you got coming up?
Okay, so I have a lot. I am going to an event this weekend in Owensboro, Kentucky, Ghostly Productions, it's a Halloween store. Possibly doing Gathering of the Ghouls in Mesa, but we're trying to work it out with me leaving for India if it's going to work. I had to cancel Brazil today. They were not happy in October because of India and also Puerto Rico. So I'm doing Scarefest as the next one, October 17th through 19th, after Tidewater, after India. Then I'm doing Frightmare in the Falls in Niagara. That's October 25th, 26th. Cajun Con in Louisiana, December 6th and 7th. And then I do this Awaken Christmas haunt, this amazing haunt called Awaken in Michigan. And that is December 12th or 13th. So that's what's left for the year.
So, folks, again, get off your ass if you're in those areas. If you're not, you got time to get there. Just saying.
That's right.
Wow. Meeting these amazing actors, actresses, and icons in person is just like there's nothing like it, man.
Absolutely.
Like it. But what I was going to say before Mr. Holman cut me off and then Mr. Mark continued was that if or when we see Doug at an event in the upcoming year, I am going to live broadcast Mr. Holman's ass whooping.
Yeah. Ready? Good luck with that.
I'll bring the loot.
It'll be super easy because it's super easy because we live broadcast from the events and we get a lot of the guests on. We do it like a 5 or 10 minute chat. And we'll just get Doug on. Jeff won't know anything about it. I'll put him right between us. And then before you know it.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, I wanted to mention another thing that we haven't brought up that's very huge with the younger crowd. Maybe not this crowd right here, us four, but Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I am one of the characters in it. Coming out December 5th. So Blumhouse's biggest hit of all time was one. Biggest grosser, if you can believe that, with all the films they've done. So 2 is bigger. Excited to be a part of it. So I think it's another cool character to add to my roster. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
And I have another movie coming out that's here's a very scary one. I just got a new trailer today. They screened it recently. Baphomet Seance. I'm a part of this movie called Baphomet Seance, which was an old documentary they were trying to put out in the 80s about a cult, a recruiting video. And somebody got the negatives and re-edit it. I do the voiceover on it, and it's very creepy.
Yeah.
Baphomet Seance. You can check out the trailers if you are so inclined.
Oh, okay. So, what's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite one as a kid was Halloween. and Exorcist.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm always been a Halloween fan. I really like. I brought up The Conjuring. Are really some of my favorite. I just love what they've done with those. I just love the look. I actually was stealing a lot of this. Not stealing the scenes. I was stealing how they shot things for my movie, just because I was such a fan of it. You know, what camera did they use? Okay, I got to get that camera.
It's not stealing, it's how you learn
absolutely
the other side of the business, you know.
Absolutely. Which I thought I knew, but until you actually get into, you're like, I don't know half of what I thought I knew, technical wise and things. It's a different world, you know.
Oh yeah.
Just because I'm on set with it doesn't mean I know how to work everything.
Right.
You know?
So that's that's a whole nother beast.
It is. It really is.
You know, we Jeff and I had the pleasure of, when we did a couple of indie TV series down in New York, but we were on all sides. So we had to build the sets with everybody. We helped set up the lighting, helped set up the camera angles. I mean, Jeff was actually running the jib a couple of times.
Wow.
You know, so yeah, it's a whole different beast.
It is.
Than pretending to be somebody else or something else, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, it's a skilled thing, and the only way to be skilled is to do it. And if you haven't done it, it's, you know, you could read a book, but it's actual experience is what.
Yeah, hands-on,
man. I get people that come out from film school and they're like, I learned more on this movie than I did 4 years of film school. You know,
experience, on hand. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Right. So we are a little over time. I'm sure Doug is like ready to chomp at the bit. You know, he's looking a little hungry there.
I am hungry, actually.
So, and I know Mr. Holman's looking at the time because his dinner time is like now. So with that, Mr. Holman, any last questions for this amazing guest?
Yeah, I'm going to go to my standard. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Why?
I've never been a cat guy. I feel like dogs are more your buddy, and cats are very finicky. Sometimes they can be friendly, and then other times they'll ignore you. Dogs will come love you anytime of the night or day.
Right. Dogs need more personal attention. So
they do.
You like the pet that's more needy than independent.
That question sounded loaded. I guess so.
No, we've ignored your personal life completely. So don't worry.
You know, actually, there are times when you don't want it, though. When you're like, I'm tired. Can you just stop jumping on me?
Yeah. Well, I have both. I have a dog and I have cat. So,
all right.
You know, you know, the personalities and the nature of you know, the two different critters it's 180 from each other.
Well, I can say that I have a lot of cats right now because the squatter house has them all over my house.
Oh,
so I actually do have some. They're just feral and not friendly, though.
Right, exactly.
Oh, shit.
So, and my second question, as the last question, is what do you eat on your pizza?
I like mushrooms, pepperoni, olives, and onions, and tomatoes.
All at once?
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
All right,
nice. Now.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
Let's mix those flavors. Yes, I agree.
Right.
All my faves.
Nice. I'll never have pizza with you.
Just pick off the mushrooms.
Well, you guys you're East Coast. You're East Coast, yes. So you know your pizza. I'm LA boy, so you know.
On the West Coast, you have to add all those toppings because
the rest of it sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's like cardboard.
See, I won't eat a pizza unless it's from a good pizza place because I don't eat a ton of cheese. So I won't go to a Domino's or a Pizza Hut. It's got to be like a good Italian or something, you know.
Douglas, on Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks, Antonio's.
Okay.
Go there for good pizza.
I've heard of it.
It's not New York, but it's good pizza.
Okay, I've heard of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that your last question, Mr. Mark?
No. My last question is, have you ever hankered to, or would you be willing to play something completely opposite of your persona, like some sort of milquetoast shy guy who's bullied by others, or would you play a gay character?
Yeah, I would. And I'll tell you what's funny you saying that is when I did improv for 5 years ago. And what I realized looking back at my improv, every single one of my characters was very like, oh, I'm shy. Hello. And I don't know why I would go to that. But looking back, I'm thinking, you know what? I was playing opposite myself. So I like that, actually, being like a guy that's not, whatever people might see me as. I don't know what they see me, but I'm getting cast in these ones that are not that. So yes, and I would play a gay character, but I think nowadays playing a gay character, if you're not gay, is kind of taboo, isn't it? It used to happen more because there's gay actors, so why cast me? So.
And there are monsters out there, but why cast you there?
Because they can't take direction.
There you go. Yeah. Have you ever hung out with a bunch of gay men? They can't take much direction either.
So,
yay.
There it is.
Well,
there it is, folks. Yeah. Doug is going to write, produce, and act in Bashed Behind Bars. He's a young child who's bullied, very shy, but also gets molested. And when he grows older, he goes to prison.
It takes it out on
goes on a murderous fucking rampage.
Wow, that's actually a script right there.
But yeah, I get 10%.
But first he rapes the guy, then he kills them.
You just want the gay scene. That's fine. I'll go with it. I'm cool with that.
We can have prison shower scenes. Come on.
I was gonna say, what happens when he drops the soap?
Well, the prison soap is in a bar, isn't it? A stick.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Boy. On that note,
I actually have a funny prison shower scene. On My Name Is Earl.
Yes.
They were like, okay, who wants to do this scene? And I said I'd do it, and it was a shower scene. And then they got me in there. They're like, oh, you're too tall. You're coming over the part where we're going to cover you, so we got to go with someone shorter. Oh, I thought that was fun.
Shit. That's great. But folks, in all seriousness, make sure you check him out. I think you said Kentucky this weekend.
Yeah, Owensboro, Kentucky. I'll be there at Ghostly Productions Halloween store. It's their big kickoff. They have a big event there. So yeah, I'm there. And then Tidewater is one of the reasons why we're here. So
that's right.
Tidewater HorrorCon, Virginia Beach next weekend.
Yep. Great event.
Yeah, looks like Robert Dess is going to be there from the comments.
Yeah, he said see you guys at THC. So Robert, unfortunately, we are going to be in Monroeville, Pennsylvania that weekend doing the Steel City Cannabis Convention.
Okay.
So
yeah,
we won't be in Tidewater this year, but maybe next year, or maybe Maryland. I don't know. We'll see. We still got to talk to Billy, but with that. Doug, where do you like to interact with your fans on social medias?
I do lives on TikTok. Robert knows. He's joined my lives. Instagram mainly, and TikTok, I'd say. I do Facebook fan page, but those are my main ones.
Excellent, folks. And you can find that in the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. Mr. Jeffrey Mark.
Yeah, fur.
You know the question.
You can see how my name is spelled right beneath me there. You'll find me on Facebook under that name. You can find me on Instagram, Jeffrey Mark Showbiz. You can find me at LinkedIn, The Jeffrey Mark, I think. Then we have a sister show to this one. Jeffrey Mark Plays Ella. Seen many on the same stations and platforms you're watching now, which... our friend Ben produces and our friend Jeff sprinkles with love for us. or turn on your electric toothbrush. I'll be someplace. September 14th, I'll be making a peanut butter sandwich because I'm not booked at any cons, so I've got nothing to promote.
Don't you have a book coming out or something? Are you writing another book yet?
I have 2 books coming out. The Complete Lucy, Superstar's Career, and my memoirs, which is The Devil Was Born in Brooklyn. You can see those next year at the end of the year for Christmas. And we're also working on Jeffrey Mark Plays Merman, a 5-episode arc saluting Ethel Merman. Again, carried on many of the same platforms and stations and channels where you're watching this.
Excellent.
Nice.
Mr. Holman.
Yes, as always, go to stilltalking.com or Talking with the Dead on Facebook. But I want to say our YouTube channel is growing. I want it to keep on growing, so make sure you go and like our YouTube channel. I don't even know what the fuck says. Still Talking Productions.
Yep.
Right? Still Talking Productions.
Or Still Talking with.
Or Still Talking with, which is, yeah. So just Google that, and you'll find us there. And, don't look me up. You know, you can find me on Talking with the Dead or here every Wednesday.
So, we want to thank Doug for taking time out of his busy schedule to hang out, chat a little bit about his awesome career, you know, all the awesome things that he's done. Definitely get off your couch, head out to one of the events he's going to be at. If you didn't catch them all, it's in the show notes. Just click on the show notes. It's all there for you folks. You know, to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do so people like us can come up here and do what we do. Stay safe. We'll see you next week. We're out.
Have a happy